All right, y'all. What's up? Let's see. Pull this stuff up here. What's going on? A few of y'all in here already. So yeah, let's go ahead and get to talking, man. Chin, what's going on? Sync. This thing seemed like it want to run slow on me. So give me a second. Ernest Richardson. Oh, hang on. I think I was running something. That's why it's running slow. Oh yeah, it's fight week in boxing too, man. And he said Michaela Mayer is gonna get stopped. I mean, Baumgartner's got some power. She's tricky. Like she's a little bit different than some of these other female boxers out there. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Marcus Bell, what's up? Two Beats, what's up, bro? All right, make sure y'all hit that like. It's a Labor Day today, right? I know a lot of people off, so just kind of chilling. But yeah, man, just a few things I want to talk about. Of course, I want to go in on this fight a little bit between Irene Aldana and Macy Chiasson. So yeah, let's talk about that first. You know, because it is another fight week. How many fights do we have for the women this weekend? For 279, let me see. We got Danielle Wolf and Norma Dumont, Melissa Martinez and Elise Reed. That's two. You got Irene Aldana and Macy Chiasson. So yeah, you got about three. You got about three fights. Yeah, okay, yeah, like three. Brian Williams, what's going on? Um, yeah, so let's talk about this fight a little bit first. Irene Aldana and Macy Chiasson, man. Because I'm up to the point where it's like we need something to happen in this bantamweight division. I'm trying not to get restless, but what do y'all think, man? Do y'all think Irene Aldana can bring some life back to this division? You know, that's the question. I know the other question is, do you think Macy can? That's a big question. I mean, well, it's a simple one. I don't really know if Macy can bring life back to the division because really she's not. She's not. Uh, I still don't consider her a bantamweight. You know what I mean? I really don't consider her a bantamweight. Like she can hang for the most part, but sometimes you just come up short, right? That's why I can't really put that on Macy's head. Like Macy Chiasson need to be a featherweight. She just need to be a featherweight, plain and simple. Because I think it takes away a lot from her abilities, and that's what it's been doing over the past couple years. Going up and down. She did the one fight against Raquel, got stopped. Took that on short notice. Wasn't the best, right? Wasn't looking her best. But then you come in there against Irene Aldana at this weight. It's really hard to say if she can go in there and show out. Australia, what's going on, man? I don't know, man. It's really it's really gonna be on Irene Aldana. It's gonna be on Irene Aldana in this one, man. Mark said not just Irene, but we need a few more bantamweights to bring that division back. Yeah, you know, if you heard my streams past couple weeks, y'all, I've been talking about some bantamweights that we need. It can't really just be the old heads because they've already fought. Everybody's already fought now, right? So it really comes down to just the transition. That's why I say I'm trying not to be restless, but I want to see something good happen, man. I want to see something good happen Saturday. You know, James said, even if Aldana wins, do you think she gets the shot before Vieira? I doubt it. I think it really comes down to at this point Nunez and Vieira. That'd be a nice little matchup, because it's a Brazilian fight. They could do that in Brazil, so that's a good one, right? That definitely makes sense. Oh, six. Oh boy, come on now, six. He said no women's fights matter unless Zhang Wei Li is in it. Don't be like that now. Don't be one of them fans. Because there's a whole. That's like me saying no men's fights matter unless it's John Jones. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. You know these women be putting in the work and they can fight. And hey, people don't like Rose, but hey, Rose got the skills. Rose did beat her, so Rose matters just as much as anybody. You know what I mean? And you definitely ain't gonna count on Valentina. You definitely ain't gonna count out Valentina. I ain't talking GOAT status and anything like that, but you definitely ain't gonna count out Valentina or Amanda Nunes over Wei Lee. You know what I mean? We talking all the women that put in the work, all women with great skills. Valentina got great skills. Nunes got great skills. So no, Whaley's good, but we ain't gonna put her over the ones that laid down the groundwork, right? So yeah. Chen said Ketlin does not want to be champion. In my opinion, making that fight with Nunes would be a waste of time. That's the only fight we really got. That's the only fight we really got. I mean, she called it. She said she won it. So if she says she won it and she's in the division, we just got to do the math. 2 plus 2, right? It's not a matter of what we think. I mean, she called it out. So she said, "Hey, I'd like to do the fight in Brazil." So let's give Amanda a different look at this point, right? She number 2. Yeah, let's do it. Already fought Pena twice. That's not gonna happen. Holly Holm, nope. Irene got some work to do. So yeah, Ketlin makes sense. Now will she win? That's a different story, right? That's a totally different story. So Irene, like I saw Brian Williams said, yeah, you hope she does. Yeah, I hope she can, man. I hope she can go in here and make a statement, man, because we do need somebody with that type of excitement. I like Irene's style. The thing is sometimes I hate to say it, kind of like Andrea Lee sometimes. Sometimes she's there, sometimes she isn't. Or sometimes her style just plays into certain fighters. Just doesn't have a certain style that can adapt to whoever it is she's fighting. Because I did pick her to beat Rocky, I think, a little while back, but she came up short in that fight. So there's a period where she could go on like a couple win streaks, depending on the competition, how low it is. But then sometimes when she steps it up against like let me see, like Rocky Pennington or even Holly Holm. I know y'all remember she lost to Caitlin Chikagan before, So it's got to be on her to add more of a well-rounded game there. Work on that wrestling, that takedown defense. Boxing's on point now. Boxing's on point. To be said, if Irene flatlined her, Nunes would probably do worse. If Irene flatlined her, Nunes would probably do worse. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, I mean, with Nunes, it's gonna be coming from all angles. When it comes down to her punches, it's not gonna just be that beautiful left hook that Irene Aldana has, right? It could be the right hand. It could be the left hook. It could be a submission. In this fight here, Irene, to me, going to have to show a little bit of everything and really bring some fans back to this division and also to her fan base. Remind why she has the fan base that she has now, and also add some more to it. She's got to come in here, put that left hook to work like she did against what is her name? Yeah, Yana Kunitskaya. Continue that knockout streak again. I know it's been kind of far in between the Ketlin fight and the Yana fight. Been almost 3 years, but that's something she's known for. But yeah, to me, I think it just kind of rides on her a little bit more because she's been in this division longer, and 135 is really her home. She's seems to fit 135 more so than Macy Chiasson. Macy, she got a lot of weight to her, man. Like, she's got a long frame like Irene, but she's just heavier built. She's just a heavier built fighter that I think would be better at 145. Um, so if she was to win, or even like stop Irene, of course that would put her closer to a title shot herself. They would do that. Macy's number 9. If she could beat number 4 Irene, that push her up there. But again, it's like I said, I don't know if she could go in there and defeat somebody on a higher level. Like, let's say if she had to fight Holly Holm, or if she had to fight Caitlin Veria, or what Caitlin and her had to fight for like a title eliminator, you know? And it just comes down, I know we just need more fighters in this division. We just need more fighters, more young bloods coming in. I know Teresa Bleda is fighting tomorrow, but she's a flyweight, unfortunately. I think eventually she could make that weight, make 130, 135. But we got to see what she looks like first. But yeah, man, it's just one of them things, man. We just got to wait for this transition to happen. These new fighters come in, and eventually we'll get there. But Irene's got to go in there and do something big, man. She got to go in there and do something big to keep some life going, even just for her career. Things that Pena and Holm are good wins, both former champions. Oh, for Nunes, yeah. Yeah, for Nunes, yeah. Anybody downplaying those, no. Like, Val has good wins for her, her division. Definitely ain't gonna knock it. She's beaten every flyweight in the division. Good win over Andrade, but we still talking, levels. We still talking levels. Cyborg alone, Cyborg alone is one major name. Cyborg is one major name, though. Let's see. Hold on. Pulling something up here. Cause let's see, Macy Chiasson. Between her, I want to see how many fights she has fought at featherweight. The Gina Mazzani fight she fought. Let's see, it was at 140. Gina Mazzani, Macy Chiasson, that fight was at Bantamweight. Then she fought Sarah Morris. Sarah Morris, I wouldn't be surprised if that was featherweight, because that was a bantamweight fight too. Then she went for Alina Landsberg. That was a bantamweight. Shanna Young was bantamweight. Mario Renault. First time she fought at featherweight in like 3 years was against Rocky Pennington. She lost that fight. But like I said, that was a short notice. Then she beat Norma Dumont. And Norma had her moments in that fight. But now she's going to move back down to 135. Yeah, just for her alone, it's just off of her size, and her. I think that's the one thing that would hold her back. Like, she could be a bigger threat and a potential to be, a Hall of Famer if she was like at featherweight and just continue to thrive there. You know what I mean? Like, if they built the division, she would have thrived there. That's why I can't really see her doing that for bantamweight. But Irene more so, yeah, like she could bring some life back. Brian Williams, I really hope Eileen Perez goes down to bantamweight. Macy is trying to hold Irene on the fence. Is going to try to hold Irene on the fence. Irene's too strong, I think, for that. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, honestly, man, the Eileen Perez situation with her and Stephanie Edgar, I forgot. I forgot that it was featherweight. But seeing that she came in on short notice with Stephanie Edgar, I understand why they made it featherweight. But in the future, yeah, I'd rather see both of them move back down. But for Eileen Perez, yeah, like she got a lot of things to work on alone. But yeah, her being at 145, that's she don't even need to be at that weight, because she really don't have the ground game or the strength to hang there, right? So yeah, Eileen, we need to do a couple things. Move back down to 135. Stop twerking. Focus on that fighting skills first. All right. All right. You got like 20 people. Make sure y'all hit that like in here. Irene got one of the. I was just looking at some of Irene's past fights, earlier. And I was like, Irene's just got a really good left hook, man. Like, back to what you were saying, Brian. Macy Chiasson, yeah, she's strong, but I don't know, if she could just press and hold Irene to the cage all day. I think Irene has good separation. She knows how to use that matador skill about her, turn angles, get back to the center. She's going to be able to do a lot of movement, and she has a lot of movement that would frustrate Macy, I think. Like, I think Rocky was able to do that. Like, that level of boxing Rocky had that she used on Macy Chiasson, it kind of frustrated her a little bit. How she would jab to her body, then go upstairs and hit her with the right hand. I think Irene has that type of level as well, of using her timing. And, she's quicker and maybe stronger in that clinch. She uses Irene has some good elbows on the inside of the break, I mean, you see this picture here, she can dip low with the left hook to the body from a range, bring it back upstairs. She mixes it up well. So if she can make it a good rangy stand-up fight, it could be hers to win. Sink said he's going to take Chiasson. I'm not sure yet, James. He said, do I got Aldana over Macy Chiasson? As far as there's certain skills I see in there where I see Irene Aldana winning it. But then I just can't count out Macy, man. The one thing that makes it hard for me to pick Macy in this fight is the fact that, she's still fighting at Bantamweight. And I think it's all about how her weight cuts go. Like, sometimes she be looking really rough out these weight cuts. And that's what makes it hard for me to pick Macy. Like, hey, this is 135. I'm going to rock with her all day, against most. Because I think I did pick her over Wmma. I think I did. I forget. I think I did. I did pick her over Wmma Dumont in a close fight. But when it's 135, it's just hard to pick, man, because of how weight cuts might affect her, But yeah, this, like I said, it's not really going to be a major fight that's going to bring everybody back to bantamweight. I'm just hoping that Irene can put some action into it in this one fight before she goes off into inactivity again, which ain't her fault because, most of these bantamweights already fought each other. That's what makes it so tough to watch this division or, continue to follow it because everybody's fighting once a year, right? Let me see. Let's see. Martin Renault retired. Rocky Pennington. I think this is the most active Rocky Pennington been. Like, she fought twice in 2021. She fought once so far in 2022. And then, you got Holly Holm just out right now. She had like an illness. It's been almost, well, yeah, she did come back in May, but it was like almost 2 years before she had fought again. So it's just one of those divisions where, hey, we just got to wait. Just got to wait till everybody start retiring. Yeah, saying, I don't know, man. Chiasson, I can see it. I could see it because she's big and she could maybe take the fight to the ground in a boring decision, win by lay, get some lay and pray. How would you see it going though, Saint? Like, how do you see Macy Chiasson winning against Irene Aldana? Like, slowing her down with clinch fighting, her own power. You think she knocks her out? How do you see Macy Chiasson winning? James said Holly might stick around fight till she 40. Ooh, 45. I hope not for her health's sake. Robot Chicken, what's going on, man? I hope not. I hope she does not fight till she's 45. But let's see. I think I'll do an official pick later this week, maybe tomorrow or Friday for Aldana Chiasson. Really the one more exciting WMMA fight on the card, I think. But yes, 6, I had hopes for Holly too. When she took that belt, I picked her to win against Ronda Rousey. I was like, I see big things. She's strong, she fast. But then when I saw her lack of ground game, I was like, oh no. And what's crazy is she was beating Miesha Tate, and she just let Miesha come back in that fifth round, and it's just been kind of downhill from there. It's just been downhill from there. You know what I mean? The Valentina fight was a really good schooling from the Bullet. But yeah, man, I did too, man. Brian said Norma got stuck because she didn't have the skill to get off the cage and she thought she was winning already. That was a mistake. Yeah, I didn't. I don't know how she thought she was winning that fight. Like, she didn't really have any moments until the third round when she rocked Macy Chiasson. That was about it. But like, she never really secured anything. Irene, I think, will be able to get off the cage in this fight. And I think, again, that'll come down to the weight, where Aldana will be naturally stronger at this weight, and she'll be able to fight out the clinch, even control with her own underhooks, turning Macy. So I think it'll favor her a little bit more there. Ernest said they're going to have to medically retire her. Yeah, they've done that to some boxers. I wouldn't be surprised, when they suspend your license, if the commission suspend your license. 2B said Macy would show her affection towards Irene in the form of long, passionate hug against the cage. And you know what? I would hate that, man, because Macy got power in both hands. I like to see her let her hands go. I don't want that type of fight. The scary thing is it might happen. We just have to wait and see. 2Bs. Oh, man. Robot Chicken said that fight was pathetic. Still better than Rose and Carla too. Oh, any fight of the past 10 years. 10 years though. Yeah, any fight past in the past 10 years, Robot Chicken is better than that one. Yeah, Rose Carla too. I can't even watch it a second time. I think I'll watch some clips of it the second time, but I can't do it, man. 6, if you look at Holly Holmes' eyes, she looks like she has a paranoid side to her. I think she has a competitive nature, like, where she just has to keep going and going. Like, a part of her that says, even if she's losing, she can still do it, which is dangerous. Yeah, Miesha Tate. Yeah, Miesha Tate, man. Yeah, she ain't the cupcake no more. Everybody's done. How do I say that? I don't even want to say it that way. She's been devoured. Okay. She's been devoured quite a few times. James Press said, yeah, there was a website that showed 5 most boring fights in UFC history. It had Carla Rose at 2, Francis Ngannou and Lewis at 1. I can see that. Oh, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. Ngannou, Lewis, that always comes to my mind is just like an actionless fight, man. Like those two, and probably, what y'all think, Izzy and Yoel? That was kind of uneventful fight, especially whenever it was riding off of Whaley and Wmma that same night. What do y'all think? Izzy and Yoel, that was kind of a boring fight because Whaley and Wmma showed them up. Yeah, she's always in great shape. Holly's always in great shape, man. Yeah, Holly's always in great shape. I give her that, man. Like physically, always, always, always in top shape. Never, her body never looks different in a fight. Like when you see her come in there, you never say, "Oh, she let herself go." Always shows up with discipline to at least take care of that aspect. I don't. He said, "Oh, Elias. Elias is one of the most boring fighters." Yeah. Well, what about like a matchup? Meeting about matchup. Marcus said when Irene fought Holly, she was moving like she had that sugar foot. Yeah, she was dragging her foot in that fight, right? Oh, he said my phone died, but Macy's very big. I would see her winning the first round using her size to control the clinch. She also averages 1.39 takedowns per fight, which is pretty good. Okay. Yeah, if you can get at least one takedown on Irene Aldana and your ground game is somewhat good, you can steal around. Because Macy Chiasson is if she's gonna win this standing battle, she's got to use her timing. She's got to go to the body, and she's got to keep Irene Aldana stationary. Irene move. You can't just chase her all night. You got to get her stationary. How you do that? Work the body, calf kicks, tear that lead leg up. Keep ripping that lead leg inside, outside. Get her to go a little stationary. Then your big shots start to land more. James Press said Irene versus Chiasson is striker versus wrestler. No. I call it striker versus more of a clinch fighter. Or striker versus striker. Striker versus striker in a way, because Macy Chiasson came in more of a striker. And using her clinch game, land good knees, man. Like, yeah, I wouldn't really even call her a wrestler like that. Like I say, more of like a clinch. Yeah, I wouldn't even call her like a hugger, man, because she does strike. So it's not striker versus wrestler. So we're not gonna call it that because she ain't that. I think I like how she can switch between orthodox and southpaw. And she can kind of switch it up a little bit from a range. But when she fought Rocky, that kind of showed her level of like range striking because she was getting hit in that fight. She tagged Rocky a couple of times, but yeah, I think her game is more mid range where she can get off them knees and then clinch you. Six said they need to bring some of the ONE FC female fighters to the UFC. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? They didn't bring over some ONE FC fighters. I want to see Stamp get her game on the ground up to a certain level and then come on over to the UFC. Got to work on that ground game. If she gonna come over to 115, Stamp gonna have to work on her, her stance too. Can't be too Muay Thai in the UFC. It's gonna be taking her down. No word on Josiane Nunes yet. Nope, James. Okay, so let me talk about this one fight here. I forgot to put it on the picture though. Let me run through some of these fights. All right, make sure I hit that like. We got like 20 people in here as we talk about this one flyweight fight. I want to jump over here before I talk about some of the other fights. Shout out to BJ. I was over on his live today. I was on BJ's live today, and he had asked me my thoughts on this fight. This fight coming up in not this weekend, but next weekend. September 17th, we got Maria Agapova versus Jillian Robertson. And over there, I talked about this fight a little bit, and I wanted to talk about it over here. But my thoughts on this one here, I think that it is kind of a step down for Jillian Robertson in a way. I think, of course, she has to take the fight, because Melissa Gatto had to pull out. I think Melissa Gatto had to pull out of the fight. That was going to really be a big test for her. This one here, I almost kind of consider stay busy for Jillian Robertson, which I know sounds crazy to most people because we always saying that, she got to show up, show out, and do something, right? But, I think Jillian Robertson definitely has a certain skill level that she is at. But the more promising fighters, they just like dominate her. They get through her and they move on. You know what I mean? Like Taila Santos did, even Macy, Barber, right? Those type of fighters, or they, they have a well-roundedness about them. They're able to get through her, but she still is a specialist. She is a specialist. She still knows that she can go in there and submit you. She can go in there and submit you. So I think her jiu-jitsu is what can get her through a lot of these kind of fights, like Agapova. Because like I was telling BJ, Agapova at a time looked like this dangerous finisher, but as the competition went up and the girls really pushed her, just by fighting hard, just not even like showing a lot of great skill, but just pushing her and like the clinches, she would wear out. She would wear out. So I think she is kind of one of those fighters that you would put on that level too, where I'm thinking Jillian can go in there, close distance, clinch, get it to the ground, keep it there, and wear Agapova down, which usually only takes about a round. Right? Robot Chicken said he thinks Agapova will piece her up. I don't know. She might have her moments with her hands for a little bit, but I think Jillian can close in on this fight and get it where she wants it. She's not just a lay and pray type of fighter. If she gets this fight to the ground, Jillian lets her hands go on the ground. She lets her ground and pound do the talking, or she can set you up and submit you. And with Jillian Robertson, having trained, she trained at ATT a little bit, right? Because I know she got in some groundwork with Wmma, according to BJ, and that's where Agapova was coming out of. So I know she knows a thing or two about her. So I'm thinking, somebody like Jillian that commits. Commitment is a big part. Commitment is a big part of this sport. So you commit to it. You can go in there and get the victory. Like if she commits to her style, she could wear down a fighter like Agapova. Of course, going into a fight with Agapova, you gotta move your head. You can't just keep your head on the line. You can't chase her. You got to get her back to the cage. Get those underhooks on her, go ahead and start pressing her, work her body a little bit, control her head, keep her off balance. A lot of things like you see in the past, Marina Moreau and these fighters do, right? There you go, BJ, right there. Shout out to No Filter MMA. I'm just talking about you, BJ. I was giving my thoughts on this fight, man. Like I said, the same thing I told you, man. Jillian Robertson, I think she just has a level that is consistent. Even though I say she need to work on certain things, she's more solid on what she can do versus Agapova. Agapova pieced up Sabina Mazo because Sabina Mazo didn't have it in her mind to take her to the ground, right? Sabina Mazo got stopped and submitted in that fight because she chased her. Her mind was just to chase her and try to get off a shot. But by the time she get off a shot, boom, boom, boom. Agapova already hit her a couple times and moved. Jillian's mind is not to strike with her, but to take her down, catch one of them kicks. She try to throw you one of them head kicks. Boom, she catch a kick, take her down, right? Itsuki Hirata versus Carla. You said that would be a good match. I think Carla would win that. I think Carla's wrestling is higher level to me. It would be a good fight, but I think Carla's a higher wrestler than. I think Carla's a higher caliber of a wrestler, and I think she would give Hirata some problems, especially whenever Carla let that ground and pound go. Yeah, Brian. I didn't get a notification either. I just happened to see him on today, man. And I knew he was talking Manon, so I said, "Uh-oh." But yeah, no notification came out, BJ. I didn't get no notification for you today, man. I was like, "What's going on?" Zhang Zidong will beat Angela in the rematch, the rubber match. Yeah, I mean, she was putting hands on Angela Lee in that one fight where she was knocking her head around. But hey, Angela Lee, she relentless, man. Zhang Zidong has trained with a little bit with Rose too. I think worked on her footwork a little bit. So yeah, BJ, yeah. Jillian will strike to trap you, and that's what she's going to need to do. Use the strike in the trap, but don't try to strike with her on the feet for no 5 minutes or a round. You got to go in there and get into her chest, and when you close distance, do like Marina Moreau did. Put her on that cage, take her off her feet a little bit, and then drop her. Drop her. As far as takedown. Yeah, Jillian Robertson, I can see her winning this one. That's why I said, yeah. In case y'all missed it over there, I was talking about it, and I think she can do this one. I think she can get it. When she gets it down, it's her fight. She can get to the back, no problem. Yesterday said Jillian way too smart for Agapova. I don't think it's even a contest. No, it's not. I don't think so either. No, that's what I'm saying. Like we were talking about this earlier. Like BJ said, like I said, Gatto was she was going to be the test. She was going to be the test for her. And that's what I wanted to see. Like if G-Rob could have beat Gatto, yeah, I would have been like, yeah, okay, we on to something. Maybe she can get top 15, a 15 spot or number 15. Maybe. This one here, I kind of see it as a stay busy. There's no reason she should lose. Oh, wow. Yeah, that junk did go through, huh? Oh, it went through, man, dang. Ulysses, what's going on? Okay, hey, wait, look. Well, look at that. First super chat on this channel. And you got 2 Beasts dropping a 5 spot. He said, by the way, Combo, glad you can now accept super chats. Keep up the great work. I appreciate that, man. Now BJ got to be next too, man. It's time to get that. BJ, yeah, you next, man. Yeah, because I was like messing with this thing the other day, and it finally went through. Okay, so you know what I'm gonna do? First 5 people that drop one, don't even matter the amount. Since 2 Beasts one of the first, we're gonna drop a shirt. I'm gonna drop a shirt on y'all. So 2 Beasts, with 2 Beasts, you got a number. You know what's next, man. You just you just text me your address and I'll send you a shirt. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's gonna be how I'm gonna do it. I think the first 5 that drop a super chat, it can be a 5 cent for all I care. Just to show your appreciation for the channel, I give you. Wow. Bluebird dropped a 10 spot. Oh wow. So Bluebird gets a shirt. As I said, first 5 people. Well, dang, you already got 1, 2, Bluebird. Oh, wow. Okay. Look, Mr. Coach Sheldon Harrison, he said Agapova Got to get off social media. I got Robertson with a 5 spot. So you got a 5 spot, 10 spot, and a 5. Oh man, I appreciate that. Now I got to definitely get these shirts out now. That's 3. Uh-oh. Now we got No Filter MMA with the 5 spot. Well, anybody else wanting one? I mean, I can still do it. I don't care. I'll go past 5. That's BJ. Oh man, appreciate that. Even Brian Williams. Well, that's the first 5. Well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send y'all a shirt. So send y'all a shirt. This is what you gotta do to get it, so I can get it to you. Cause I had. Okay, hold on. You just send your email or send your address to this email, and I'll send you one, man. So, and you know, BJ, I got your address now off that other shirt, but you can send it to me now. So, yeah, you just send your email there for these first 5 people. My man, 2Bs, Bluebirds, he'll love your channel, dude. I appreciate that, man. So you got 2Bs, Bluebird, Coach, BJ, and Mr. Brian Williams. You just send your address there. Don't forget to this email. And I'm gonna get it to you as soon as I can. Oh, your coach said, "Trust me, been waiting for this chance to super chat you. You gave my shirt to someone else who can't chat." Oh man, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, coach be supporting kids. That's why I always try to drop those super chats over there, man. Because you always be supporting those kids and those fighters. You know, especially them kids out there that be needing that gear. That's what it's all about. I might have to start helping out with that. Pick a fighter. You know, we pick a fighter and we send them a nice little chunk of money, right? Somebody that don't be tripping though. Somebody that's always cool though. Yeah, coach said, "Yeah, BJ, your turn. YouTube has been tripping. I'll give you the access to the Facebook page." Yeah, took a while. Took a while now, because for a while they kept taking subs away, and then I had to go through this and get some things approved. But yeah, they finally did it. So yeah, we in here now, man. I appreciate that from y'all. But yeah, I got and George Page, women's bodybuilding, putting everybody on game on some women's bodybuilding too, man. So yeah. Brian Williams said, "Do you need a wrench to super chat?" No, you don't. I don't think you do. Marcus Bell's last shirt I got was a burgers and French fries t-shirt. But Marcus Bell, he got to get one though. But Marcus Bell, he been around from day one. Sake said one more shirt. Okay. Oh man, yeah, I appreciate it. 49. Yeah, man. He said another shirt. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. You got the you just got to hit that email up, send your address there. We can do that. But I'm gonna go with Robertson in this fight. I think she can do it by submission. Brian, I think it goes by iPhone and Android, because when I use my iPhone and I try to drop a 5, like a 10 to coach, it always does $9.99 and $4.99 on iPhone. But when I do it on a Android, it rounds the numbers up. I don't know why it does that. That's my experience. Like if you want iPhone, it does $4.99, but Android does $5. I don't know if there's anybody else having that problem, but Coach, I'm still waiting on that when that Patreon open up. Let me know when that open up too, man. When you start doing the Patreon, the Patreon, that's a whole different world. But yeah, let me know when that Patreon drop, Coach. I'm gonna be over there. Okay, yes, I'm going with Jillian in this fight, man. Um, hold on, and that's next Saturday. But let me go back to this other fight here. Is $6 a month too much for Patreon? I don't think so. I mean, for the stuff you're gonna be giving, for the info you're gonna be talking about, I mean, that's something worth it. And the way I see people try to hustle people out of money nowadays, I mean, for the little advice they give, $6 a month ain't bad to me. Yeah, like I said, for some of the stuff that you talk about over, yeah, Apple must be taking that penny, man. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go with Jillian Robertson, man. And BJ, you think you can get her on like in the next, you probably the next couple of days? Do you think she'll come on before this fight? Do you think you can get her on there? And you get an interview with her before this fight coming up? All right, so let me see. I was gonna, yeah, I was actually gonna just do one matchmaker, but then shout out to Mojo. He had hit me up. Well, no. It was it was in your chat, BJ, today when hold on. He said she's promising a session, but she's so busy. Okay. Wildest moments. What's up? He said, "Hi everyone. Who are we supporting with the shirts? Just join." Oh, I was just giving out shirts to the first 5 people that super chatted, but Saint he became number 6, so I said, you know what? I'm gonna still give him one. So oh yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, send your size too. Yeah, and he was talking about that. Yeah, that high power gear. Yeah. All right. So yeah, Mojo today in your chat, BJ, he brought up that Macy Barber had called out Andrea Lee. So that's why I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and post this up too, man, because this is a fight I want to happen. Macy Barber is what, number 10? Andrea Lee is number 9. Why not, right? Let me pull up this interview because he had mentioned it today, and I saw she had talked about it back in July in her most recent interview because she was talking about some rib issues that she was having, but she was still fighting. Hold on. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, Macy Barber was having some rib issues, even like she said before her fight with Montana. So, that's another thing I got to give her some credit for, man. Like, Macy over here still fighting, even whenever she got, what, I think 3 ribs were hurt, but she still showed up to put a whooping on Montana. I still can't believe I picked Montana in that fight. think BJ hypnotized me. Um, I think the Jessica I fight, she also had the rib injury, but she still fought. So okay. Straya said tried to give a 5, but it ain't accepted overseas transactions. I don't know. I'll try again shortly. Okay. Yeah, that's a they should. I I thought they do. I thought they do. I mean, coach, what do? They accept super chats from overseas? They should, right? BJ said Montana should have won that fight. Yeah, she should have, man. You had me. You had me. You had me. She had me thinking she could, but okay, yeah, this article here. Yeah, Jessica I was another, fighter that Macy Barber went in there and owned. And she said that she was coming off of that rib injury, had to get a few injections to, kind of kill the pain, but she made it through. And she said that she's still kind of having the injury now, I think, some issues now, but she still wants to close out the year with one more fight. Sync muted. Hold on. Sync. Yeah, yeah. He said his earbud was out. Yeah, I was like, he said I was muted. I was like, I don't think so. Bluebird said I picked Montana over Macy. Also, I didn't expect Macy to improve so good for her. Yeah, I didn't either, man. Like she did some nice work, but even though I picked Montana whenever Macy won, I was kind of glad she did win because I was like, she's she's getting it now. She's getting it. But yeah, Macy said, even with this rib injury, she wants to close out the year with one more fight. And she said, why not Andrea Lee? Right? I'm gonna pull this article up here. All right, she said, I feel great. So see, I felt really good in there and I came out healthy. I've been dealing with a rib injury since before my Montana fight. So I had like 3 different injections to make it through camp. Finally coming out the fight, I can't tell if my rib is hurt or not because I had a cortisone injection, so I can't feel it. Other than that, I feel great and healthy. It was a good win. So yeah, even after that Jessica fight, she was still feeling it, but she still came back to fight. If she wants to fight one more time, she said the only thing. Oh, hold on, that's the. Hold on. Okay, yeah, she said once Barber resigns. Yeah, because what she was at the time of this article, she was a free agent still, right? But she's definitely going to resign. She said. I don't know how many contracts, but she's supposed to resign. She said it was more of a coincidence that I had such a quick turnaround. Fought the Saturday, then got the I fight on Sunday. So she was negotiating a new contract. Okay, yeah. So she's going to resign. We know that Macy Barber not going anywhere. She's going to resign. She said when she heals up her rib, she's eyeing Andrea Lee fight. She's obvious. I want to climb the rankings, and the fight that really looks appealing to me is the fight with Andrea Lee, mainly because she's number 9 and I'm number 10, and it's a great fight. It's the next stop, and I don't want to fight back. She said, then someday I want to get the fight back with Grasso. I know Andrea's fought a lot of girls. I fought. She's a name that has been around for a while. Okay. Well, I like this call out. I like the call out. I like the fact that, Macy Barber wants to go up. She's not looking back. And she wants to get somebody with a good skill level, good skill set. Now, if they can make this fight, by the end of the year, oh wow, this moment appreciate that. Okay, that's number 7. Then I got 7 to give out then. And if you didn't hear earlier, you didn't hear earlier wildest moments, just send your address to this email. Send your address to that email and your shirt size. Hold on. Yeah, send your address there and your shirt size, and yeah, get it out to you, all of y'all, as soon as I can. BJ said she don't want that grasso smoke. Hey, she called for it, man. She called for it. Zaman, what's up? He said Santos versus Murphy. Is it official? No, not yet. It's not. I know Straya don't want that fight though. He already said he hates that fight. Well, we're gonna talk about that in a minute, Straya, because I gotta give you some points. It's a good fight, man. Okay, you say you got it. Okay, yeah. Anytime y'all send it there, I will get them out. Todd Johnson said, "What's up, Combo? What's going on, man?" He said, "Happy Labor Day. Great show today. I agree. I think Perez and others should stop worrying about twerking and OnlyFans and start sharpening their skill sets." Yeah, like I know they want to make some money. I know they want to show what they got, but if you don't work and you don't go in there and improve, you're not really gonna make it. Like putting your life at risk every day. Like you got to know how to balance it too, though. Like if you want to go in there and be a fighter, you got to lay down the hard work. But if you got to build the brand and get the promotion, and you want to do the OnlyFans route, you can't just be about that and think that the rest of the fighting skills going to just come to you easy. I think Paige is learning that. Paige, yeah, she's got a big fan base on her fan site, but when she's trying to get back in there and fight, it's just not working, right? I mean, it's one thing, yeah, okay, you got the heart to train and get in there and take a punch, but what about getting the victory? Not just about like hard and moral victories with these fighters. I'm like, you got to go in there and get it done too. Coach said Perez is decent. Skill wise, I know you ain't talking about skill wise, but skill wise, she got work to do. I'm on her now because I'm just like, you talk a lot of trash, and you didn't give results. You didn't give results. Oh, I'm gonna hold off on that. I'm gonna come back to that. Macy Barber and Andrea Lido. I think it's a good fight. It's a necessary fight because we're going to see where Macy Barber's improvements have grown again. And I want to see if she can go in there and mix it up on a fighter like Andrea Lee. Like, can she go in there and dominate? Like, I know Andrea Lee's been submitted before. What's her name? Sarah DeLeo submitted her before. But can she go in there? Can Macy Barber go in there and do something like that? Can she go in there and land something big on the chin of Andrea Lee? Can she go in there and push the pace and fight at the pace she wants to? The clinch fight, is she strong enough? Because Andrea Lee is strong, but Macy's really been like making her style more inside strength based. She's in there pushing, and she's in there bullying now. And somebody like Andrea Lee is kind of questionable. Like sometimes she's there, sometimes she's not. Versus a fighter like Macy Barber, who's always turned on. Can't help but favor Macy Barber. See Roxy, she beat both of them. Roxy got 3 wins between both of them. She schooled all 3 of them. But the reason Roxy beat her, because Roxy was turned on that night. Committed, was able to take the fight to the ground, even use her jab to the best of her ability. Those are things that Andrea Lee could do. But it's like I said, it all depends if Andrea Lee is turned on that night. Because Andrea Lee got a good jab now. Andrea Lee, I ain't gonna knock her jab. Got a good jab, decent kickboxing, and some good judo tosses. But it's hard to see me. It's hard to see her in there utilizing some of that against somebody as big, a bigger puncher like Macy Barber. Like, another question is, will she go in there and you show that respect that some of these other girls do to Macy Barber? Or will she put on a clinic like Alexa Grasso did? To be said, has Tracy Cortez stepped into the dark side? I don't think she has. I don't think she has, man. Yeah, I'm not gonna miss the Teresa Blader fight because I'm gonna be there. I mean, I ain't gonna be there, but I'm gonna be on my TV watching it. Yeah, Brian Macy, KGB Lee is gonna be a good. If they make the fight, it should be a good fight. They need to make this fight though before the end of the year. If she wants it by the end of the year, and Andrea Lee hadn't fought since that Arujo fight, this is the one to make. Andrea Lee definitely got a chance though, because I think Andrea Lee has more skills, but it's that trigger, man. Macy's always pulling the trigger, and now that Macy's improving and getting stronger, Macy can be dangerous. Robot Chicken said Barber will bully Arujo. Arujo could. Barber's a 3-round fighter. That's the thing about her. Barber is a 3-round fighter. Barber has a gas tank, got a decent chin. She can push it. She can push the pace in the fight. Arujo got that chin tested in the Andrea Lee fight. She's strong. When you get down to that 3rd round, she's starting to fade. She's starting to fade. That's the difference between her and Barber. So I could see that. This fight here is going to come down to between Lee and Barber if it happens. It's going to come down to Lee being able to use her striking, keep this fight at a good range, stay away from the power, stay out of the clinch, and keeping her focus. Like Brian Williams said, I'm picking KGB, but it'll be a good fight. What do you think about her focus, though, Brian? Like, Andrea Lee's focus just seems off. That's why it's always hard to pick. Like, good jab, good kickboxing when she lets it go. But there's something about her where it just never fully connects. Everything just doesn't connect with her. Did I ever pick her to beat Roxy? I thought she was going to win that second Roxy fight, but she came up short in that fight. She got a lot of good tools, but it just seems like sometimes it's hard to put it together for her. She's got a pretty good experience level over Macy Barber, too. That's why it's hard to pick Andrea Lee in this fight, because Macy got a good chin, good gas tank, and her mind frame is to keep going. Like, she's got a freight train mindset. Macy Barber's, her mindset is to keep going. It's just to keep coming forward. Like, not necessarily like coming forward like in the cage, but to just keep fighting. Like, it's never like she's never half in there. She's always going in there and trying. Clearly lost to Grasso and Roxy, but she was still a danger. She was still a danger even to Grasso. Grasso tasted that power. Bluebird said the good version of KGB needs to show up in order to win. I don't know what is going on with her consistency. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was thinking of. Consistency. Her consistency is a problem. Like BJ said, she's not a finisher. I'm gonna look at her resume right now. Let's look at her resume right now and kind of look at her pattern. Hold on. I'm gonna click this. just so y'all can see it. I didn't even know they really. Oh, I was talking about something else. Yeah, I didn't know it could do that before. I used to always just do this on OBS, but yeah, you can share it on here. So yeah, look at Andrea Lee's resume. When has she really? When have we seen the good one? Like Bluebird was saying. Uh, at 13-6. Oh, against Shevchenko and Calvillo. I mean, she looked stunning in that, right? She definitely looked stunning in those two fights. Uh, Arujo fight, she had her moments, but again, it comes down to not just focusing on the win. Like, it's hard to describe with her sometimes. I think she looked good against Vivi. In terms of a focus, Vivi was just better that night. Yeah, in terms of focus, yeah. Robot Chick said, I'm not picking KGB. She's too unreliable. Yeah, because I'm looking at the resume. Okay, Calvillo, Shevchenko, kind of, when you think about it, where they were at in their careers, they're kind of on the downside. I mean, Calvillo did put hands on Lee in that fight. She did bust up Lee's nose in that fight. They busted each other's nose up. Shevchenko, Antonina, I don't really recall her having any big moments against Andrea Lee. So yeah, those two fights I give her. She had some great showings in those, but we can argue it's the opponents. But before that, she went on a 3-fight losing streak against fighters she could, had the skill sets to beat. Look, Roxy. She fought Roxy before. She should have figured out the game plan. She should have knew what Roxy could do, right? She should be able to handle that style. Now, Lauren Murphy, you could argue that fight. That was a split decision. She won that fight. You could argue she won that fight. But still, it wasn't enough. So I go back to that focus again. JoJo. It was split again. She got the ground game. Didn't use it. Stood in there and traded a lot with JoJo. JoJo's my girl anyway, so I wanted JoJo to win. No, I'm just anyway, but yeah, all three of those fights. Definitely wanted JoJo to win, but I'm just saying, like, Andrea Lee had the skills to go in there and beat these three fighters, but came up short. Came up short in all three of them. Wow, Tiger, what's going on? Yeah, all three of these fights, she came up short. So it is hard to say. See, Macy, she did lose to higher level fighters like Grasso and what's her name? Roxy. But since then, her mindset's still always been getting better. She never been mentally defeated. Macy's not one to get mentally defeated like that. So I think she still gives me more of an impression that she want to go in there if they make that fight and just dominate. That's an early look. It can be good though. You're not saying it's gonna be a bad fight. I mean, a dominant fight where she gonna just starch Andrea Lee, because no, it ain't gonna happen. Andrea Lee still got some good skills to make it an interesting fight. But hey, if Barber land on that chin, we know what happened. James Preston Santos should whoop Murphy comfortably. She dealing with that whooping she took or cleared to fight. I'm not sure if she cleared yet. Yeah, Sink said JoJo won that. Yeah. Brian Williams said, I thought she beat Murphy. I did too. When I saw that fight. I think I did a video on it. I think Coach, you talked about that a little while back too. I think we both talked about the fact that in that Andrea Lee and Lauren Murphy fight, the judges weren't even looking at the fight, which was bad. I think they went on an investigation with them, right? The judges in that Lee Murphy fight were under investigation from my understanding, because Somebody said them judges were talking. Them judges were on their phone texting. They weren't paying attention to the fight. So Murphy could have very much well got it. That was probably like one of the biggest, or if you want to say robbery, you have the proof to argue that is robbery more than any fight, because you clearly had the judges not watching. Right. But yeah, I like this one, man. If they can make this one happen, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with that. Lee versus Barber. Barber called it out. She wants to get better. Hey, why not? Yeah, 2B said, don't get me started on judges. Man, I think everybody was in the same boat that night. They thought she was winning, but man, watching your phone and talking, damn. But yeah, here's the other one. Now that y'all talking about this, Wild Tiger said, like I said, I don't want to see Murphy getting another title shot because she beat badly. She didn't do anything. Okay, hold on here. Oh, look at Wild Tiger. Oh, appreciate it. Wild Tiger coming through with a super chat. She said some of these MMA judges need to be fired. Yeah, boxing too. Some of them come over from boxing. I know a lot of them. You know, they need to be fired. But yeah, let's let me jump to this fight. Another fight I want to see made. Lauren Murphy and Taila Santos. What y'all think about that? Lauren Murphy, Taila Santos. Todd Johnson said Agapova and Robertson is a great fight. Jillian's ground game is phenomenal. If her striking catches up to her jiu-jitsu, she will be phenomenal. Dean Thomas pours so much knowledge into that girl. Hey, you ain't said no lie right there, man. I'm just saying, like, beating it, ain't nobody said it more than BJ. But she's a specialist. She stands above the fighters that she's at around now. But imagine if she has hands. Imagine if that girl had some hands, man. Like, just like a good, hard, pumping jab. She wouldn't even have to get takedowns. She'd be dropping girls. Darby Crash, what's going on, man? He said, what I miss. Macy Barber calling out Andrea Lee. Talked about Irene Aldana, Macy Chiasson a little bit. And yeah. And we got the super chats hooked up over here now. That's another plus. That's everything you miss. We just finally got that going. Uh-oh, hang on here. I gotta do something. Hold on. What was I talking about? Lauren Murphy and Taila Santos. So I was checking my phone. I was reading something on my phone here. Hold on. Okay. All right. Yeah, Coach said I definitely got to speak on Macy calling out Andrea Lee and Julie. Julie who? Yeah, Roxy level hands. I'm telling you, BJ, them Roxy hands. That's all you need, man. Oh yeah, 2B said that we could tell who use iPhones and Androids. Yeah, man. Yeah, because it's like iPhone wants that penny. iPhone wants that penny, and then they know it adds up probably across the world. Everybody's using the iPhone, so they want to do it as subtle as possible. Money any way they can get it, right? Yeah, Robertson needs Perillo. Darby said Lee versus Barber. He likes it. Yeah. James Press said Beast whoops Chikagan and we can take care on enemy territory. What you think? Give your girl all the support she needs while she's getting whooped. I ain't even go there with you, man. You know the Beast is coming. The Beast is coming. Oh man, y'all wrong with Santos. I want to watch that little interview with Maria Rodriguez and find out what she had to say about her, because they had worked together. So I got to watch this new interview. Shout out to Marcus Bell. He sent me this interview. I ain't watched it yet. Yeah, Taila Santos and Lauren Murphy. Aside from the legal issues and everything, I think it'd be a good fight. Like I said, I know Australia don't want to see it because he said Lauren might pull something off, and if Lauren wins, she gonna block off another title shot. But I don't necessarily see it that way, man. Like I said, I believe in Taila Santos with his skill sets, and I think it's a fight she needs to build her confidence back up. Build that confidence up and show some new levels, show something she's been working on, work on some things in that particular fight to get her back in that position to fight for the belt. I mean, I think Valentina agreed with it as well. Valentina said, you know what, Lauren Murphy and Taila needs to fight first. Let them two fight, and then whoever wins that fight, she said, I'll fight them. Which makes sense at this point. Australia, like I said, you don't like to fight, but at this point, we're going to get some reruns. We're going to get some reruns, whether we like it or not, because somebody going to fight their way back into a belt opportunity. And with Taila Santos, I mean, she ain't too far off. I mean, maybe get one more fight, and then boom, she get right back in there. And the best way to test herself is fighting somebody like Lauren Murphy, just to make sure she still got it, and just to bag another legit win to make it even more less of an argument to say who deserves the title shot. Oh, Grasso, Barber. Right now we don't know, but if Taila could go in there, dominate Lauren at what she number 3 right now, that's just another way of saying, hey, I'm still her biggest threat to the champion. To be said, I won't ask who wins, but how does Manon win against Caitlin Chikagan? Hold that thought. We're going to talk about that. That's the last thing I want to talk about, 2Bs. I'll tell you how. I mean, not like I know psychically, but I'm going to tell you how because of what she said. I don't know, man, where it is. Somebody was saying, oh, man, if I bring that up, what Roger said in BJ stream, man, that fight might not happen again in October. But we gonna try to keep our fingers crossed. We don't know if it's true yet. He said word is, but I don't know. Zama said just watch glimpses of a new Marina interview, and she confirmed Santos' issue. Also thinks that Valentina won, but I have suspicion that if not the money issue, answer. Oh, you mean like she's saying that because of the money thing, right? She believes Valentina won because of it would be. I got you. Yeah, the answer would be opposite. Yeah, as soon as I read that, I was like, yeah, I think so too, man. Yeah, Marina probably like, Todd Johnson, so he said we need combo shirts. Yeah, I actually just I did a little thing today. The first 5 people that super chatted get a shirt, but I think like 7 or 8 did, so I might go ahead and do that. All of them for today. Yeah, right before before you came in. Arujo versus Santos. That's a good fight. Yeah, I think Santos, still has the edge over Lauren Murphy because, excuse me, I went over it before as far as like the weaknesses in Lauren Murphy, certain style matchups, that just don't go well with her. And I think Taila Santos has that. Taila has those hands. She got that power to get respect from Lauren Murphy. She's got that accuracy against Lauren Murphy's defense, lack of defense. Got the physical strength to handle her. Because the only way you can really beat Lauren Murphy is by beating her with, hand speed and physical strength, and just all around, better grappling. Those fighters like Sarge, and it's very far in between. Sarge and Valentina did it. That's it. If you really think about it, Sarge and Valentina. Andrea Lee did it with kickboxing, but it was still close. Like, you still need that ground game and that strength to shut Lauren Murphy down. And you have to have what those two fighters have. And I think Taila Santos has that. At least, the physical strength over Sarge. Even a little bit over Valentina's, right? To go in there and tame Lauren Murphy, get her calmed down, from trying to come in there head first. She can go in there and just take her down, work her. But Lauren Murphy she's got hands as well. She'll box you. Not to say she won't get in her licks. But it's just a fight I want to see, man. I think, at this point, to argue a title shot, even for Taila, she got to go in there and beat up somebody else, dominate them, just dominate to get Valentina's attention again. Because Valentina says she don't want to fight her again right now. She said if these two fight, then she'll fight her again. If Taila wins, she said, I'll fight her again. So it's got to be that. It just makes sense. Whenever somebody loses, they might have to go back to the drawing board for one fight. That's all we ask. Oh, Wild Tiger, what's up? She said, yeah. Hold on. The super chat here, she said the phones be getting on my nerves. I'll be ready to flush mine down the toilet. It was acting bougie this morning. Phones one of iPhones, boy. Well, not iPhones. I know Android I have. It want to do its own thing sometimes. So I'll be throwing that thing. I don't be throwing it across the room, but I handle it rough. So I don't want to see me should take on another flyweight bout. I don't think a lot of people want to see her in a bantamweight bout either. I don't want to see her in a bantamweight bout either, really. James Press, I really think Bullet would even fight her again, but she didn't want to fight her mainly because Santos got injured and needs to recover. She was like, let the girl recover, at least. Yeah, I respect that. Valentina did say, let the girl recover. Everybody want to see her back in there. Yeah, I remember she said that, let her recover, get back to where she is. She needs to be physically, and then, like she said, fight Lauren Murphy. But no one seems available to fight at the end of the year. They're either going to go throw Grasso or something by November, December. She'll wait for Manon beginning next year. Yeah. I think, let me see. Yeah, I definitely don't think Valentina's going to fight until February or March because of this turnaround time. This turnaround time is not fitting the schedule. With everybody having to pull out and fights get pushed back. If Grasso had fought If Grasso Arujo had fought in August or July, maybe Valentina would have fought the winner in like November or December. But now that they're not fighting till October, and Chikagan and Manon aren't fighting till October, she won't be fighting until 2023, right? Taila's not in fighting shape yet. She got a lot going on, those legal issues, the eye, all of that. So there's really nobody that's fit to fight the champ right now, which sucks. Everybody's tied up, and we just have to wait, which I don't mind. I don't mind, because everybody knows that when it comes down to a certain point, when you get through your first 4 or 5 title defenses, you're going to have to wait now because you beat everybody. That's the part of having a dominant champion, right? Wild Tiger said, like, this woman ain't a flyweight, but y'all can see Daniel Wolf last in the UFC for long. Oh, won't last long in the UFC or get cut. I don't care for. I still don't understand why she got signed and she took a 2 years off. Yeah. I'm going with Norma Dumont. That's all I'm saying now. I think Norma Dumont has the skills to do it. If Norma can't beat her, then they should cut Norma. That's how high I'm thinking you should be able to go in there and beat her, right? That's how high I'm thinking of her skill level. You should be able to beat her. To be said, from a promotional standpoint, dominant champs can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, it can be exciting to such a great fighter on top, but booking them becomes difficult due to lack of opponents. Yeah, you're right, man. Yeah, when you get to that point, it's like lack of competition. That's whenever people start wanting to see that person lose because they're like, oh, man, I want to see something different. Like me, I respect the game. I'll take a dominant champion. If you go on 11, 12 fight win streak, that's fine with me. Most people, they want to see you start to fall, man. They be like, I'm go. Be like, no, I can't stand this person anymore. Like, they want to see him lose. Oh, Stamina, what's going on? Yeah, nobody. Yeah, she shouldn't have been signed at 1-0. No, man. No, Stamina, she shouldn't have been signed at 1-0, man. That's why whenever she fought that night for a contract, I was like, are they just entertaining this? I was like, are they really entertaining this? I was like, and yeah, that should have been Tanisha's spot, man. That, yes, it still don't make sense to me, man. Like that whole situation of signing an 0-0 person. Yeah, she was injured. Yeah. Even that aside, I was just like, man, this really shouldn't be happening right now. That's why nobody can really take featherweight a joke, right? They take it as a joke. They can't take it seriously. All right, yo. So Two Beasts asked me a question. What did he say? How is Manon gonna beat Chikagan? It's gonna be a test now because I'm looking at Chikagan's Instagram. She's working. Ain't no lie, Chikagan's hitting the ground. She's hitting the mat. She's in the boxing ring. Chikagan is working. Hold on, let me see. All right, we have like 25 people in here. Make sure y'all hit that like. Let's get to 20. Let's get to 20 likes at least, before I get off of here. 20 likes with 25 people in here. I think we had like 14. Yeah, because notifications don't be going out. Hit like, notifications go out more. You find out when I'm on. Had that same issue with BJ too, like I didn't even get a notification. I just happened to be surfing and saw him on. Robot Chick said, Tennant would have been destroyed though. She's too cautious. Too cautious. Mm-hmm. it's a tough game, man. These are some big, there's some big, strong bantamweights. But we knock them about inactivity. But yeah, there's some tests there. There's some tests there. I don't know if she'll been destroyed, but yeah, there'd be some tests in there. You take an L or two, if you're not prepared for that level of wrestling these bantamweights be having. Wild Tiger said the women's UFC featherweight division is a graveyard. Like I said, Nunes killed that division. She ain't no double champ. Yeah, they never really built the division anyway. It was never really a division anyway, so I kind of gave up hope on it. But all right, Two Beats asked me how's Manon gonna beat Chikagan? Well, according to Manon, Manon said she's looking to stop Caitlin Chikagan. In her most recent interview, she said she's looking to go in there and get the finish. She said that she plans on trying to set the pace. The first round, she wants to figure out. She wants to take time to figure out Caitlin, and then she wants to apply pressure and try to finish her in the second or third round. She wants to go in there, be dominant, and get the finish. Whether or not that happens, I definitely understand her mindset and wanting to go in this fight and finish a fighter like Chikagan. You don't want to make 3 rounds of chess or 3 rounds of trouble with a fighter like Chikagan. Yeah, Brian. It's not the UFC's fault when it comes down to that bantamweight division. Featherweight division. Whenever you go 3 rounds with Chikagan, it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be a pretty fight. It's going to be a close one. The person that's usually landing the most shots in a fight, even with her, even though they don't have that much power on her shots, she's still probably going to get the edge. Like even she did against Arujo. So, I think Manon has the right mindset. As far as game plan, you shouldn't really have a game plan. And she probably doesn't. She's going to go in there and make the adjustments how she needs or however she needs against Chikagan. Because Chikagan, she's awkward. Sometimes Chikagan's like to go in for a takedown. Sometimes, she will stay on the inside a little bit and throw more combinations. So you got to be careful. But I understand Manon's mindset that to take it to the next level, you have to have an outlook that you're going to be dominant in a fight against the number one contender. You got to go in there thinking that way and applying the fight game that way. Same way, Valentina when she fought Chikagan. I mean, it was to go in there and not give her any breathing room, beat her into submission. So I think Manon going into this fight, that is the right approach. Take the time to figure out. But of course, in the first round, if you see openings, you got to take them. But with a fighter like Chikagan that has a gas tank, you want to work her. You want to work her second, third round. You want to break her down, which she can be. It's been shown before she can be. She's got good boxing and, good hand speed and cardio for days, right? But she can be, Valentina's done it. Andrade's done it quick. So she can be beaten and stopped. So I think Manon, with what the tools she has and the mindset she has, she could get it. Two Beats, I think she could get it. Like I said, will it happen? Don't know. But with her thinking that way of taking a methodical approach, but wanting to go in there and be dominant, she can do it. I'm sure she's looking at the weak spots. Look at the weak spots, the body. Cyril Gahn fight was a nice little lesson that a lot of fighters like her could take from. She's a striker. Why not cleave that body up, cleaver that body up, put the machete to it, all angles. The body's a place to go. Yeah, Darby said, don't go into the body if she's smart. That's how you get the stoppage. That's how you break her down and get the win. Because she's going to be moving. I was looking at Chikagan's movement. It's tricky, She posted an IG live, some stories today. Y'all can look at it. She likes to go in there and move and do her little stutter step dance and move and combinations. So you got to take that away by focusing on the body. Manon's got a nice side kick, karate kick to the body. She's got nice kicks in general. So you want to break that fighter down. Like I said, seeing what Cyril Gane was able to do to Tai Tuivasa, just constant hitting him to the body at all angles. It makes you say, yeah, these strikers that move around on their feet need to do that more. Everybody ignores the body, even in boxing sometimes. Everybody want to get a knockout to the head. Everybody want to chin check somebody, but they don't know how rewarding it can be to break the body down. It's fun for me to watch, but I'm sure it's fun even for the fighter when you drop somebody with a body shot, right? Yeah, BJ said Chikagan don't like to be hit. And that's another thing. When you figure her rhythm out, you go into the second and third round, if it goes that far, you have to go in there and put pressure on her and always connect somewhere. If she don't like being hit like that, keep it coming. Keep the combinations coming. Keep the pressure on her. Keep her on the back foot. So yeah, I think how she does it, she can get the stoppage. There's a lot of movement out of Chikagan, but like I said, if you're strong, if you got pop, got a well-rounded game, there's no reason that you can't get it. You can't get a finish if you are focused on Chikagan. See, the fighters in the past that she fought, they all fought her fight. They all fought her fight. They all fought her fight. Or they would just not have the win to hang with her. Oh yeah. Tyson, is the super body shot. Yeah, Tyson. Yeah. Roy Jones saw them fighters that break fighters down to the body. Definitely. Yeah, Zaman, I talked about that before. Yeah, Chikagan. Yeah, I talked about it over a couple times. Yeah, she says she doesn't run. Yeah, she doesn't run. But you got other alternatives. Matter of fact, let me share that with you if I can pull it up. Sometimes fighters don't have the best knees. They'll do like bike riding. Some fighters, they substitute water exercises and things like that. So she don't, but yeah, Chikagan says she don't, but yeah, her cardio is still like no other. But you think about it, when you fight some high level fighters though, that can really push your cardio, it could be dangerous not being a runner. Manon, she runs. She runs. Curtis Blades, it's done wonders for him. He said, not Curtis Blades, excuse me. I was looking at his picture. It was who was it? Dang, who was that? Said that when they started running, it really helped their work into the later rounds. It'll come to me. B just said Usman. Okay, Big Usman does, right? Yeah. Oh, he don't run either. Dang. Joaquin Buckley. Yeah, Joaquin Buckley. I think. Yeah, he was one that said he started like running more, even for his last training, for his not this last fight, but the fight before that. And he said that it really helped him into the later rounds. Yeah, Joaquin Buckley. Yeah, yeah. I think if fighters have knee issues, yeah, I'm gonna go out and say yeah. I understand that, but yeah, with some water exercises, swimming helps. Cycling. You know, um, I just think like if you don't have any knee issues or anything like that, and there's no like physical issues, and there's really no excuse to me, I do it. Yeah, Pena has pretty good cardio. Yeah, Pena has good cardio. Just good ability to just go after. Just good durability. Yeah, BJ. Yeah, water cardio. Yeah, that water cardio. The water exercise. Shadow boxing in the water, little drills you do in the water. That gives that full body workout. A lot of people say that stuff puts you out too. Elliptical training, stuff like that on elliptical bikes. That fills in those little rowing machines that builds up them heart and lungs. So I love to see Viviana Ruo get on that more. You know, maybe trim down just a little bit of muscle, trim down some of that muscle. Elimelay does water cardio and water strength and conditioning. Yeah, that's some good all around stuff right there. James said Kagan is not even a killer instinct at all. Like we're not even talking about finishing. She doesn't even start the hurting. Yeah, she doesn't really hurt you. No, she doesn't really hurt you. I mean, she kind of hurt Amanda Ebos a little bit when she landed on her chin. She did land a good right hand on Ebos, just a little bit. But like, her game plan ain't to hurt you. It's like to win on points, right? Darby Chris said BJ Penn started at water cardio. Yeah, for like MMA, right? Because I know a lot of boxers that do it too. Muhammad Ali used to do a lot of water exercises. What is his name? It's Fernando Vargas. Fernando Vargas or somebody in boxing. Besides Ali and them. George Foreman. Wild Tiger said, I don't my legs always hurt when I start to run or I do some type of feet movement workout, including working at Amazon. I move fast. I don't know if it's because I have long legs or what. Like what type of shoes do you wear, Wild Tiger? Like when you run, what type of shoes and how long have you like been running? Like 'cause sometimes when you first start, yeah, you're gonna feel a little pain until your muscles get into it. I know when I took a little break from running, I was having slight hip pain. And I was like, oh man, I can't be getting old. But it went away when I started doing hip exercises and I started running harder, which I knew what kind of pain mine was. I wasn't gonna recommend anybody to run harder if you have hip pain. But like I was getting a little like a tearing pain from muscle just from like getting used to it again. But the more I did it, the more I just built it up. For me, it went away. So I don't know if it's the same thing, but and yeah, like it depends on how your feet are made too, like how you run. Like, you know, I don't have a flat foot, like flat feet, but My understanding is people with flat feet, can have a hard time running, or because the way their feet hit the ground. It could be a lot of things, though. It could be a lot of things. At Amazon, they have steel toe. Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe you need them like insoles in your steel toe shoes too, because I got a pair of steel toe boots and I have like insoles in them. So that's a big part of it. You get the right insoles in them, they'll take care of your foot. Um, Regular running shoes, yeah, you might need to get something more for your foot, like something that can uh, comfort your foot. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Stray hit me up. He said, "Oh, appreciate that, Stray. Yeah, it went through. It went through, man. Got a 5 spot from Australia. I appreciate that, man." Stamina says shirt. What shirt? Any preview the design? Oh, you talking about mine? It'll be a Breaker Gang shirt. I'll send you some. And, I'm just handing out some free ones to folks that did the early super chats. But yeah, but it won't be like the one I worn that you've seen in some interviews if you go back and look. But I'll have something. Ooh, yeah, yeah. You might need like some special shoes for that Wild Tiger. Especially for running long distances. It might not be good to run on flat feet. For long distances. New Balance got some good made shoes though that fit different feet. So I would check out like New Balance. New Balance, man. Forget everybody else. Like I don't mess with no more expensive shoes. I don't want that type of stuff no more. I just want what's comfortable. I don't be buying no Jordans and all that. Just give me a pair of New Balance, man. Whatever want to keep my feet comfortable. I don't mess with them, man. Yeah, like see Brian Williams said. He said if you're flat footed, you need the right shoe. Yeah. Even when it comes to running, like I ain't gonna lie and tell you how to run because I'm not flat footed. So yeah, I can't tell you how. Don't know a great deal on. I mean, I could look and ask some people that are flat footed how they deal with it. I have leg pain and feet pain and ankle pain. Yeah, you probably better get some insoles and some right shoes for the make of your foot because you don't want to face no long term damage. Just a word of advice, you want to get that taken care of now because you don't want to be pushing 30, 40 when you bones be hurting because of you wearing the wrong shoe. Marcus Bell, some of these expensive shoes look like Harry the Monster shoes. I know, man. Like, forget all that. Like Kanye West shoes and all of that. Them big Sesame Street looking feet shoes look like big Muppet feet. I don't want them things. Them big Muppet feet shoes look like astronaut feet. Or like I said, like $400 pair of Jordans or whatever. I don't buy that stuff, man. Just give me a pair of a New Balance, something that, like I said, something good on my foot, and that's it. Yeah, some of these new shoes now look like Cookie Monster feet or something. That's what I'm just like, why am I gonna wear this stuff? Big Bird foot. 2B said, who you got for Daniel White's contender series? I'm gonna go with Teresa Bleda and checking her out. And yeah, I'm gonna go with her. I can see her winning by decision. She got a pretty decent ground game against the 7-0 fighter from Brazil. It's gonna be an interesting fight now because This girl tough too that she's fighting, but I'm gonna go with Teresa in this one. And you know he gonna sign Blada if she pull it off. He gonna have to sign her because he signed the girl last week. And I don't, from my understanding, I still ain't watched that fight from last week. Some people said that fight wasn't too entertaining. Okay. I'm just checking out something here. Okay. Pena is painfully flat-footed. Yeah, she is. Yeah, she's very flat-footed. I mean, that might be the problem with her getting her footwork down too. You said that's why you stopped kickboxing. I haven't really done it because I'm going through a lot of things too, because how those legs hurt. Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing about like fighting, man. Like, you got to craft your style for your body too. Like you're flat-footed. You're not gonna be moving around on your feet too much. You might be more of a offensive puncher, come forward fighter in boxing. You can't just bounce around on your feet all day. You got to be more conservative with how you move. Conserve not just energy, but wearing your legs down because you're walking on flat feet. Straight. I'm taking Blada as well. She looks promising. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Blada. I think she's strong. Got the cardio. She can move. Sink said, "What are X legs?" I have no idea too. I was like, "What are X legs?" I don't know. James G, what's going on, man? He said, "What are X legs?" No, they're not confirmed, James. Andrea Lee was called out by Macy Barber, and I was just talking about that fight because it should happen. And Lauren Murphy and Taila, I thought would be a good fight. Just doing some matchmaking, that's all. But we do have Agapova and Jillian Robertson, right? All right, so I'm gonna hit this 2 hour mark. I'm gonna jump off here in 5 minutes, y'all. Wild Tigers, I'm only doing jujitsu, which I gotta get my classes as well. Again, I'm going through a lot. Just making things work. Yeah, jujitsu. Yeah, stick with that at least. Yeah, I think these would be the two good fights next to Grasso or Arujo if that ever happened. If Grasso or Arujo happens, and these fights, I'll be hyped. I'll be ready. I'll be good to go. But yeah, we're gonna talk some more about these fights tomorrow. I know somebody brought up the Melissa Martinez and Elise Reed fight. I'm about to jump back and we'll talk about that tomorrow. Yeah, Elise Reed will be bouncing back from off of a loss from Sam Hughes, right? So we'll see how that goes. James said Irene could bring Shine back to 135. She stops Macy. Yeah, I think so, man. Like I was talking about that earlier. Like I don't think she can do it alone, but I think it kind of rides on Aldana. Like Irene needs to get a victory here. She got to get a stoppage, like to put more light, not just on the division, but on her. Because, like I said, Bantamweight, everybody's been fighting so far apart. So if you want to keep some life going, it's really gonna hurt. Like Macy could get a win. Macy could very well stop Irene or get a decision, but it's still in question because she never to me, still never really looked like her best at 135. 145 is still her home to me. Stamina said, I've never been able to super chat, not anyone ever. I ended up hitting PayPal or Cashapp or something. Must don't work for you either, huh? Overseas or something? Yeah. Yeah, it works for some. I don't know what the deal is. Oh, okay, let me get ready to get out. 2 more minutes. Wild Tigers ain't gonna lie when it comes to fights for pro wrestling. My favorite athletes are fighting. I'll be getting hyped. Yeah. If they make these fights, I'll be hyped, man. I'll be ready. I just hope this Grasso fight happens. Grasso Arujo fight. Want this Grasso Arujo fight to happen? Let's see, James G. Who do you got if Andrea Lee and Macy Barber fight? And who do you got if Manon Murphy and Taila Santos fights? Yeah, Marcus, hands down, strawweight is still there. Still got a lot of talent at the top. A lot of self-made, nah, you got a lot of fighters that made themselves, paved the way. Oh yeah, straight is Martinez Reed still on this week's card. It is. Early look, I'm gonna early look. I'm gonna go Elise Reed. Yeah, I'm gonna go Elise Reed. What about you, Australia? JG said I got Barber by decision. I think she's stronger in the clinch. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Barber. I think who said they were going? I think Brian Williams said he's going Andrea Lee. Yeah. Man, I gotta watch these. I gotta watch the Savannah Marshall and Clarissa Shields face off. Then I'll talk about it tomorrow. Oh, appreciate that, Darby Crash. He hit the 5 spot. He said just supporting the stream. Keep it going. Keep it up. Appreciate it, man. James G said I got Santos beating Murphy by decision too. I don't see Santos being able to stop Murphy. Yeah, Murphy's hard to stop. I mean, outside of Valentina, Murphy's a grinder, man. She's durable. But you never know, man, that lack of defense and Taylor's heavy hands, it'd be possible. But yeah, I can see her bagging a decision. While Tiger said, do y'all think on another title elimination match will happen in the bantamweight division? I think it can, but I don't think it won't. Let's see. Well, you can't give Holly a fight right now because she's chill. She's out. Macy Chase on Irene Aldana. Y'all think that is a title eliminator? Or it could be if they don't give it to Ketlin Vieira. If Ketlin Vieira waits, then after that you have you got them. To be some on the side with Super Melee Combate Global has some good talent over there. Oh yeah. Yeah, 2 Beats, no doubt. I like Yasmin Harige who came out of there. I like Claire Lopez. Who else? Claire Lopez, Katie Perez. Those are 2 good fighters out of Combate that have been fighting over there. Yeah, Combate, they've been dropping some good fights too, man. I ain't had a chance to go back and talk about some, but there's some good fights lately. Yeah, 6 said Caitlin. Yeah, Caitlin just beat Holly. Yeah, Rose needs to fight one more before a title fight, I feel. Yeah, I agree with that. How about let me see. Rose could fight the winner of Mackenzie Dern and Jan Jana. That'd be a good fight. Whoever wins, because Mackenzie Dern and Jan Jana is not a title eliminator. I'm sorry, I don't want to see that as a title eliminator. Whoever wins that fight fights Rose next. Yeah, Vieira is up to number 2. Yeah, Vieira is number 2 now. GDR. Yeah, GDR is going to come back like next year. She just been kind of semi-retired, right? But yeah, she'll be back next year. Yeah, man, that's what it is. Bantamweight just needs its time to grow, right? Oh yeah, okay, y'all. Yeah, Melissa Martinez and Elise Reed. Yeah, that is. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Elise Reed on that one. Is she 36? Jermaine Durant, is she 36 or 37? Hang on, I'll check. 38. She 38. Yeah, GDR is 38. Ernest said, "Why is Bantamweight so old?" Yeah, people get old, man. People get old. I mean, they haven't transitioned any new heads in there yet. That and everybody is still kind of from the Ronda era. So when you don't have new heads coming in, people just gonna get older, right? Yeah, yeah. That's your answers right there. Yeah, Ernest. See, yeah, that's why Bantamweight old. Brian said because UFC hasn't invested in talent, right? They haven't. Still haven't brought in new heads. Yeah, lack of talent recruitment. Um, just hasn't been focused. You see, like if they were doing them like flyweight, you'd have more. Tough House, they did flyweight instead of bantamweight. That was kind of a miss right there. Yeah, and the skill level typically declines the higher you go in weight. Right. Yeah, because size and power start coming into play, and slower fighters, But when you go to bantamweight, all these big girls now, and just that lack of talent kind of left. The fire kind of left with Ronda. Yeah, Wild Tiger says she ready to see Juju's debut. I am too. Yeah, I like Juju. Darby said all the new female talent is going to flyweight strawweight because that's a more natural weight for women. Exactly, that's a big part of it. Danielle Wolf fights 145. Her and Norma gonna fight at 145. Yeah, I think Pena would be a very good addition to Juju's training camp. I think Pena contributed a lot to the improvements. Pena contributed a lot to the improvement of Juju because, like I said, I seen Juju fight before him, and what I seen in the Tough House, she made some nice changes. I'm not saying she made elite changes yet, but I'm just saying like she was really listening to Juliana Pena. Like she made some obvious improvements, well improved. Yeah, but yeah, that's a fight that Daniel Wolf. I mean, hey, we'll see what she can do, right? We'll see, man. 1-0. That's probably the weirdest signing in the UFC. How many fights did Blood Diamond have? Blood Diamond, how many did he have in the UFC? How many fights did he have total? At least he had some fights. Blood Diamond had how many fights before he got into the UFC? He might have been in the same situation. Hold on. He was 3-0. Yeah, Blood Diamond was 3-0 coming into the UFC. She coming in 1-0, 0-0 in the contender series. All right, Straya, take it easy, man. Appreciate you with the super chat too and all your support. Always. Be back tomorrow, Straya. We're gonna talk Shields and Marshall. Kama, what do you think about last week's contender series? That I missed that one. I gotta go back and watch that one tonight. Dudakova. Yeah, I heard she got signed. I missed it. I gotta go watch it, man. No, please said Tyler Santos is the best scammer in the game right now. Wow. Yeah, I heard Marina Rodriguez gave her thoughts. I gotta hear about that, man. Tyler, good fighter, man, but gone, man. Why she gotta do this now? Why she gotta do something like this now when she fighting at a high level? Oh man, just wrapping it up here in a minute, bro. Said what's good, just wrapping it up here. Yeah, I gotta watch that interview, man. Marina Rodriguez, I guess she gave her thoughts, man. And I heard Marina said that Valentina won that fight. I bet she did say that. Yeah, Zaman brought that up. Yeah, Juju Miller versus Maria Silva, that would be a good fight. Darby said who interviewed Rodriguez. I got the hold on. Let me send you. Marcus sent me a link. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was just about to say it says Marina echoes Santos allegations. Yeah, I'm trying to click here, it won't open. Oh, there you go. There you go. Marcus Bill got it right there. Oh man. James G said I thought they had the same coach. Oh yeah, they do. They got the same coach, but according, to the situation, Santos is wasn't paying. Yeah, Santos wasn't paying. But, Marina's still there. Yeah, yeah, James, they not I don't think Marina don't follow Tyler Santos on IG no more. So it must have been something. One minute you see them training together and everything was good, then boom, gone. Yeah, Yeah, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna wrap this thing up. I'm gonna go and watch this Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall face off. Then I'm gonna watch that Dudakova fight. And yeah, that's what I'm about to do. I'm gonna watch a couple of these fights and watch these build-ups. Marina gives me that cyborg vibe of Brazilian pride. She's pretty, she's pretty prideful. She rocks with hers, oh yeah, not that kind. They'll still fight though. She got pride, but yeah, like she'll still fight. Hey, when it come down to Lamos, Dern, yeah, she get that money because she said I'm a UFC. I'm still a UFC fighter. She said I'm gonna fight. She said we can both carry the flag to the cage, but I'm still gonna whoop your behind. Marina's been there longer. Yeah, Marina's been there longer. But yeah, Santos did come through for like 3 fights, right? I think she was there for like 4 fights, training camp with them. Yeah, Dudakova is strong. I've heard. So I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check out, see what she looks like. But yeah, man, yeah, shout out to everybody come through and support and appreciate the super chats. First day of super chatting, that was fun. Appreciate y'all. So those first ones that came through, I'm gonna get this shirt thing hooked up and we'll be working on that as time, goes on through this month. Time been flying by quick too, man. It's been crazy. Yeah, James, come on back tomorrow. James will be back on about 7:30. We're gonna talk a little bit more about some other fights and get some picks here. Make sure you hit that like on your way out, y'all. And subscribe if you haven't. Appreciate y'all that be coming through, just trying to give everybody a platform to talk some WMMA, where y'all can talk about some of y'all favorite fighters. Even fighters you don't like, we can talk about them, right? So yeah, close this thing out. Brian Williams said, with the Santos scam issue, who really knows the truth? Let's not judge. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. Yeah, that's why I did a video a couple weeks ago talking about it. Like, I don't know what the deal is with it. We don't know. But it's just not a good look what's going on right now, right? When it comes down to family and friends, sometimes it's hard to get business like that, it's hard to do business like that, right? But yeah, that's all I have on that. Lock it down. Let me shut this down. And we out, y'all. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.